All right. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for having us today, presenting what we are doing at Leighton Asia. So thanks, Rob, for the introduction. I'm Francesco. I'm the group manager for information system and digital. And so today, probably a little bit different from some of the presentation we saw today. We actually want to show you some innovation and automation that we are implementing in our 4D construction simulations. And maybe because we have a lot of guests from outside of Hong Kong, I'll just start with a very quick introduction about our company. And then I will leave the word to Arnie, which is actually the brain behind all of this. So Leighton Asia obviously is established here in Hong Kong. We've been here since the 70s. We've worked on many major projects all over the city, but we obviously work also outside of Hong Kong, across all Southeast Asia. At the moment we cover regions like Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, India, Singapore, Macau and Hong Kong. We're probably at our lowest in Hong Kong in terms of projects, but across the other regions we're really struggling to keep up with the work. And also for the benefit of the audience that is coming from outside of Hong Kong, we're actually part of a much bigger organization. Our direct report is CIMIC Group in Australia, together with some of our sister companies that you see at the very bottom of the screen, like CPB, TIS, UGL, Broad, Sedgman. And then we all report to Hochtief, which is a German contractor in Europe. And they actually own also companies across the other continents, so like Turner Construction in US and Canada, Flatiron, and then we all report to our mother company in Spain, which is the group of ACS. So we do have actually quite a global presence, like some of the contractors that you saw today. And we do a lot of work with the other operating companies, so we share a lot of the experiences on how we do things. In terms of Leighton Asia, as I said, we operate mostly across Southeast Asia. At the moment, I think we have quite a big focus on India and Philippines with some of the major projects we got over there. And so particularly last year or a year and a half ago, we opened a new office in the Philippines, which we called One Digital Construction Services. And Arnie here is coming from this office. And we actually support all the operating companies that you saw on the screen before. And we do a lot of work across all the projects that our group has. So in the last 12 months, we probably delivered, or we're still delivering, around 117 projects across Australia and Southeast Asia particularly. We have, I would say, quite a big size team of around 100 people that are trying to integrate a lot of different functions, including planning and 4D simulations. And yeah, I think the idea is really to try to consolidate how we do things on all our projects across this global portfolio and try to promote best practices and obviously find new ways and better ways to be more efficient. Last things before passing the word to Arnie is just to highlight that our group principles are basically 4: integrity, accountability, innovation, and delivery. And these are all basically the pillars that actually support the most important aspect of our job, which is safety, bringing people home every day. It's really the paramount objective for our company. And that's where, everything that Arnie is going to show and everything that the other speakers showed today is the key, right? We want to be able to transmit the meta statement, how we're going to do our work on site, which is very difficult and complex environment, so that we can guarantee a safe return home for all our staff. So I leave it to Arnie now. He's going to start with a small introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Francesco, for that introduction. So good morning everybody. I am Arnie and I will be continuing the presentation. So I have here a statement from our BIM manager in what the program has done in regards to our animation. So as a general contractor, we have found the use of Fuser to be an invaluable tool to allow us to quickly and efficiently create many different types of animation compared to how we used to do type of task before. Fuser has allowed us to speed up the process with the huge time savings on rendering alone. We have several key applications for Fuser, so including this is creating animation for our pre-contract team, for tenders. With our design team, we can work through different constructions and installation scenarios to find the best and most efficient solution. So I would like to highlight the flexibility, safety, and complexity that was brought in this statement, because in Leighton, we value the efficiency factor that the program brought in our animations, which helps us to communicate our solutions with the team and ensuring the safety of everybody. So, topic introduction. What is 4D simulation? If we were to look for the definition of 4D simulation, a lot of meaning would pop up, but we don't think this description fits what 4D simulation is. So, 4D simulation is an effective tool for optimizing the construction process while providing a visual overview for all the project stakeholders. It gives everyone a clear starting point to understand and discuss the building processes, safety, and optimization opportunities. So, we do think that Fuser excels. Fuser excels in these points. The program gives a visual overview of the project, shows a better understanding of the building processes, and it helps the users to convey their idea to the others by giving us, the users, the freedom in controlling animation of imported objects. Okay. So, traditionally, we used to explain the project to our clients. So they end up getting confused and lost because in our field, like on planning, architecture, engineering, and on-site, we use different jargons and technical words. So, in planning, we would show 2D drawings and schedules, which conveys our construction methods. This is appreciated by a technical person, but on the client side, they easily lost interest. While engineering, we show visually pleasing photos, which grabs the attention of the client, but don't show our construction methodologies, and we also need to consider risk management. So the program incorporates these features with its capability of combining large 3D models, simulations of construction methodology, and prepares logistics and field workers for the job site. With Fuser, the client would appreciate our work more and definitely win projects. So we would like to share a quick video of one of our recent projects. We picked this because it showcased the automation that generated in the simulation. So in modeling, we don't usually model the environment around the structure. So we took the model of the surroundings from InfraWorks to incorporate to the model. The construction schedule run in the simulation is taken from the schedule provided by our planning team. have the plants interacting with the build of the structural set. For the automation process, we would like to focus on the construction schedule automation. So this is a dynamic information that can be integrated into the simulation to reflect the current condition, such as the progress or changes in the construction project. These data sources provide us up-to-date insights that enhances the accuracy and relevance of our 4D simulation. So image sample is a construction schedule in which was integrated in the video. So traditionally, we would manually input this in the program. If we do that, we need to analyze and sort of objects into various tasks to create the 4D simulation. But we must remember that this schedule usually has 1,000 items. So not just 1 or 20. So this will definitely take up so much time. So in Leighton Asia, what we do differently is that we first put the models through model conditioning and PDS process to enrich these models with relevant information, in which we'll make them extremely beneficial, not just in 4D simulation, but also for the processes like quantity surveys, work-in-place tracking, and scheduling. Before we continue the discussion for the automation, we would first talk what is model conditioning. So model conditioning can help contractors to unlock 3D information. Adding definitions to models can ensure that the information is used as a single source of truth. In our 4D simulation, we are in control of how much detail we are going to show. Some projects requires less details, just the geometry is okay. But there are some projects that would require higher level of details. So we could communicate the construction methodology better. Next is our project data structure, or PDS. Project data structure provides ecosystem coding to various teams, elements, or processes of a project. This enables team members to correlate data across each team. So this refers to the structure of project-related data within the project management system or software. It establishes a framework for storing, categorizing, and accessing various types of project information, such as project plans, schedules, tasks, resources, budgets, and communication records. If we have a well-conditioned model with project data structure attributed with their location, discipline, and some asset information, we can have an exceptionally visualization of our entire program, sequence up to the lowest level of detail that the program goes to. So we are applying the filters. Now you can see that the architectural elements are successfully linked. So if we run the schedule, we would see the architectural elements would be built. So what are the benefits of 4D simulation? This is important to know because some people would think that this is a waste of time and often skips this process. So optimization of the construction schedule is one of the benefits. So 4D helps in visualization of the construction program by simulating the 3D model. As we do this more and more, issues related to the construction program pops up. Next would be to accelerate design development and construction program development. Providing a milestone for a design team to work towards. Design is driven by for the simulation and the date at which the 4D workshop is planned with the client. Next is to address design issues and program issues. So as we develop the 4D model, several design and physics issues are flagged. The more the number of iterations we perform on the model, the more the number of issues is raised over the period of time. And lastly will be the simulation of construction methodologies during the design stage. So for the simulation helps in rehearsing the way we construct. Doing this while we construct helps the contractor to minimize rework and add value in design development. So for this fully achievable if only we integrated all our functions and departments to enhance the transparency and coordinates between different stakeholders. So luckily, that's what we do in 1DCS. Thank you, everybody.